there, photographers. Do you ever feel like you're juggling 1,000 tasks between your photography business and your family, struggling to find that perfect balance? Well, I've got some tips that could help you find that sweet spot. And no, it doesn't involve cloning yourself or adding more hours to the day. Hey there, I'm Sarah Petty, and this channel is all about helping photography business owners like you build a thriving photography business while still being there for your family. You shouldn't have to choose. Today we're talking about a topic that I know is super important to all of us. It's balancing work and family as a photographer. And I have something really exciting to share. We've created a free planning sheet that's designed specifically for photographers like us. This sheet will be your new best friend. It's gonna help you organize your week and prioritize tasks from business calls to family errands. And guess what? We're gonna walk through this together in this video so you can start implementing these habits and see your wins for the week. Who's ready to balance work and family like a pro? You are. So grab a hot cup of tea and let's get started. Introducing the planning sheet. Go ahead and grab it because this is a simple and powerful tool I created to help you take control of your week, and it's specific for you as a photographer. It encourages you to form new habits, to show gratitude, to prioritize tasks that are the most important to growing your business and celebrating your wins, all while balancing your work and family commitments. Let's kickstart our discussion with the new habit section of this free planning sheet. Think about it. If you aim to develop a new positive habit that can boost your productivity and your well-being, imagine how great your life would be. Maybe it's waking up even 15 minutes earlier to reach out to the business partner contacts that you're trying to build and that you want to get to know better. 15 little minutes. Maybe it's putting your phone away each evening. I know you can do it so that you can spend quality time with your family, distraction free. Remember, consistency is the key when you're forming new habits. And each week you focus on that habit. Little habits over time are what create big results. You might want to write that one down. Some of the things I like to do, I call it habit stacking. So once I figure out what that habit is, I attach it to something I do every day. For example, when I'm brushing my teeth, I have a habit that I do every single day. It's called aligning, where I focus on what I want to accomplish that day so that I get aligned and I get in the right mental state. I know I'm gonna do it every day because I brush my teeth every morning. And so it's not like that thing that I have to remind myself to do. I know when I brush my teeth, I remember to do it. Or when I want to go shopping online at one of the fun places I love to shop, I do it while I'm on the treadmill. So it's sort of like, okay, I'm doing something I want to do with something that I'm getting better at, something I know I need to do, a new habit, even if it's walking for 20 minutes after dinner. I let myself do my shopping at that time. So I want you to think about what is that habit that you want to accomplish and what can you anchor it to? What's the stack in your life so that you remember that you're going to do it? And let's not bite off more than we can chew. One little thing this week, write it down. On a side note, your habit can be personal, like drinking more water, getting more steps in, having a date night with your spouse or partner every week, calling a friend, or it can be business oriented. Either way, those new habits add up. Next, let's focus on gratitude and what you are grateful for this week. Truly, gratitude has a powerful impact on our mindset, and it can help us remain positive even on the worst days. And I think if we let go of gratitude, that's when there's a ceiling. My first job, I worked at Coca-Cola in corporate, and they always talk about the Peter principle of management level employees getting to a certain level, and then they get promoted one level past their skills, and that's where they're maxed out. It's the Peter principle. Well, I believe that that ceiling is based on our gratitude. If you look at pro athletes, the ones who have the most gratitude and who are grateful and kind, they're the ones getting the big sponsorship deals. And the ones who are jerks, even though they have influence and fans, they get shut down because they don't have gratitude and they're not grateful for all the things in their lives. Gratitude just helps us build momentum, and it helps us see that we have so many things in our life to be grateful, even on our worst day. It's not as bad as we ever think it is. Maybe your gratitude list has a supportive client. Maybe it's being grateful for your camera equipment that helps you do your job more quickly. Maybe it's someone in your networking group who's always cheering for you and sends you an occasional referral. Maybe it's a project that you've been dreading that you finally got done. Or maybe it's simply having the opportunity to pursue your passion for photography and realizing that you can do that and balance your life as well. If you are struggling to find something you're grateful for, I really want to challenge you here, because I heard Oprah years ago say something that really stuck with me. She said, when you're celebrating your gratitude, don't just say, I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for my friends. Really be specific, because if you can train yourself to have gratitude for the little bitty things in life, you're gonna go so much further, so much faster. For example, when you hug your little baby and you smell how yummy that little baby smells and how that little baby feels in that soft, snuggly blanket. Or you make your bed and you get to climb into bed in crispy sheets that just smell so yummy. It's little things like that that can really offset the bigger problems, or the problems we perceive to be bigger, and that keep us wanting more and keep us growing. Some of the things I'm most grateful for, I have a treadmill desk. And I'm 6 feet tall, you can't tell it from where you're sitting, but all tables are too low for me and I'm hunching over and my back hurts. And I got a treadmill desk that raises and lowers, so I can walk and I can put my computer up right where I want to see it, or if I want to write, I don't have to lean down to do it. So grateful for that. Find something different that you're grateful for and just watch how it makes you shine every single day. Now at the top, we're going to move on to the 3 key tasks that you're going to accomplish this week. We sometimes have to-do lists that are like 5 miles long, but if you have this little area where you are really focusing on and prioritizing the 3 most critical tasks that you must complete, it really helps take that monkey off your back of, like, I have to work all night, because the reality is you're never gonna get everything on your list done. I really ask myself, what 3 tasks do I need to accomplish this week so I can feel like I did something productive? Everything else is icing on the cake. Sometimes that's editing a session or preparing my in-person sales presentation. Sometimes it's a marketing task. Sometimes it's closing my month end and getting my book work done, because I know how important that is when I run a business. So if that's one of my 3 key things, when I have a little extra time, I know what I should be working on, even when it's not my favorite thing, and I'm going to get it done. And for me, these key tasks, I don't look at them as chores. I don't put things like empty the trash. This is bigger things that when I do them, it will move my business forward. So it's something major, either in a revenue way or a marketing way or a partnership way, something big, and sometimes something that I've been putting off or dreading. That is a key set of 3 boxes right there that can change your life if you use them. If you're unsure when you're making this list and how to prioritize, I ask myself, is this timely? In other words, if Father's Day is coming up and I want to do a promotion in my photography business, I have a window, and if I don't get it done, I'm going to miss the window. So that needs to go at the top. If it's urgent, for example, my credit card account is broken and I'm unable to take money, that's a big deal. I need to get that fixed immediately. And also, if it's gonna solve a problem. Maybe you've been dealing with a situation that's been broken, you duct taped it together and it's not efficient, it's not helping you get through your day faster, and you know it's been needed to be done and it's time to get it done. I would add that on your key tasks. Doesn't that make you feel better that you don't have to get 1,000 things done in a week? 3. You can get 3 things done every week in your business, and you're going to be amazed at what just doing that one thing can do for your business. Now, as we move down the page, you see the next section is calls to make. In a digital world, we sometimes forget the power of a good old-fashioned phone call. This might be to talk to an upcoming client about their session that's in a week or 2, or a supplier to ask a question about one of their products, or confirm a delivery, or a past client just to check in. Sometimes those phone calls are personal, like call the dentist for the kids, or call the school and make sure we get the bus driver the information they need about where our kids are going to be dropped off next week. When I see unproductive people doing their work, they're making a phone call and then they're writing something down and then they're doing something else. And so those are different parts of the brain that we use to use our thinking tasks versus our talking tasks. So what this sheet is going to do, it's going to help you chunk out your tasks and put like tasks together. When you have phone calls to make, I usually do them at the end of the day. I sit down and I go through them, bang, bang, bang. And then I'm not interrupted. I'm not starting and stopping and throwing them in between other things and then getting myself distracted or being inefficient. Do you ever have days where you're like, I was busy all day and I don't even know what I accomplished? The other thing, a little ninja trick here with calls, if you have some calls that you don't want to make, for example, a sales call, or someone you've been wanting to throw an idea to partner with you, and you've been nervous about it, put that at the end of your call list or somewhere in the middle. So you're scheduling a dentist appointment, and then you're calling the school secretary, and then you just pick up and you call that person and you just handle it. Because when you're in the flow, you're in the flow and you won't even realize that you just did something hard because you're already talking to people and it becomes so much easier. Next section, notes to write. These are notes, we call them notes of joy, that we send to everyone. I teach this to my students and we do this here in my studio. We send them to partners. We call them Dream 100 partners, people we want to partner with to build a relationship. We send them to clients. We send them to people in our life. We send them to strangers who are doing cool things, who are featured in the media. Old school notes. Writing notes is such a great way to maintain strong relationships, both personally and professionally. And listen, I think in this digital era, it's just rare that people get a handwritten note. And this doesn't mean writing something salesy or putting an offer in it. It's just literally putting amazingness into the world. And then they see your business name and logo on the back and they think about you and they think, oh, this Sarah Petty person's nice. She's a photographer. What if we need family photography or whatever kind of photography? Notes of joy have done so much for my business. I saw one of my clients' high school daughters featured in the sports section, and my husband's amazing. He helps me see these articles. He'll say, isn't this a client of yours? I cut it out and sent her a note, and a couple months later, her mom called me and said, my daughter has been bugging me to come back in for us to be photographed. It was like a $4,500 order. That I didn't do it for that reason, but I mean, gosh, how amazing is that? It's a way for us to just stay top of mind with our clients and spread the love. Little tip, what I do all week on here is I write down who I'm going to write those notes to so that all at once I can sit down on Friday and write all my notes. And it's so great. Literally for 25, 30 years, I've done this every single week. It's little habits that turn into big wins. It's not some magic thing that you go out and you pitch someone and you get millions of dollars. Just doing these things over and over and over again. Next section is called wins for the week. I know you're like, I've just had the worst week ever, Sarah. I promise you've had some wins, if even it's just to get a hot shower. I remember when I had 3 kids under 3 and a hot shower was like, I could just hear the music and I enjoyed every second of the like 90 seconds I got to wash really fast. But the reality is, if you're just looking at the gap, which is where you are from your ideal, you're feeling bad about yourself. But what happens when you celebrate your wins is that you're looking at the progress you have already made in life, in your business, wherever. One of my favorite business books is called The Gap and the Gain. I highly recommend it. That's something that the author really talks about, is looking at those wins. Did your child ace a test at school? Did you finally organize your workspace or maybe clean out your car? Maybe you got to be fully present with your husband and go out to dinner and have a really good connection conversation. Maybe you went for a walk and got a good sweat coming in.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
All the little wins get us momentum.
They make us feel good about ourselves.
Do not skip your wins. And in fact, you can just keep all week adding little wins. No matter how small, you're gonna feel great about yourself. Now we're at the projects and tasks section. Here is where you're going to put your upcoming projects. This keeps you aware of your workload and helps you manage your time effectively. As photographers, we are editing and retouching. We're doing sales presentations. We have marketing activities that we have to do. So this is where that goes. Maybe you're on the PTO at your kid's school and you have to organize a fundraiser. That's where that goes. All of the things, personal life and business life, because here's what I see people do that's a mistake. They think, well, I'm in my business mode now. I need to just work on my business. And then tonight when I get home and I'm exhausted, I need to just work on the school things, when the reality is chunking like tasks and doing them at the same time makes you more productive and more efficient. It doesn't matter to me because both of those things have to be done, and that's how I find the balance. I might be working on something for my kids during the day, and at night I might be making phone calls for personal and for work, because I know that if I chunk those tasks out and I do them together, I'm gonna be so much more efficient. Lastly, we have errands to run. We all have errands outside of our main work. Whether you work an outside job or you're a stay-at-home parent, we have to leave home. Whether it's running to the grocery store, although Instacart and the pandemic changed a lot of things, didn't it? But we might need to carpool or run our kids to soccer practice. We might run out of printer ink and we need to print something for our kids' school project, so we have to run to the office store because we need it today. And so instead of running around willy-nilly and running errands, if we have all of the errands listed so that when I realize I'm out of office ink, I can say, okay, at the end of my day, I have these 5 errands that are by the office store or on the way, and I'll stop at one of my Dream 100 marketing partners on the way home, and bam, I haven't wasted all this time all week. I took one chunk of time and knocked them out. That is what helps me save time and balance my work and my family. That's it, friend. Do you see it? Do you see how these practical tips for balancing work and family life as a photographer are all neatly put together on this planning sheet that I'm just giving you? Remember, the goal isn't to achieve perfection. It's not possible. Done beats perfect any day for me. But it's to create a balance that suits you and your family's needs while continuing to move your photography business forward. And hey, I'd love to hear from you. If you have any specific strategies or tips that work for you to get the balance, please share them in the comments below, because we are stronger together. Your insights might just be the game changer for another photographer out there who is reading the comments. So listen, before we wrap up, don't forget to grab your copy of this free planning sheet. I've linked it in the description box below, and trust me, it is a fantastic tool for maintaining that all important balance. I've used it literally for 25 years. And hey, thank you so much for watching and subscribing to our channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do that right here so you can get more content to help you grow your photography business.
And if you loved today's video, click here to get more actionable steps. Thanks for watching, my friend, and I'll see you in the next video.